So I'm gonna ask you, a question. So would you rather give up food or sex?
Food.
Food, 100%.
Yeah, it's easy.
So
Man.
I want to hear from him, like, why just all of a sudden, like, just food. It sounds very like, yo, they've dealt with me in the past before.
Food's accessible.
Okay.
The listeners not.
So what? You chose the easiest.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what would you go for?
Man, I don't know. These kind of questions, there's no window to jump out. But it's like, I just think if you ain't got no food, then there's no point. Because
If you ain't getting no sex in the regular.
Well, you ain't gonna have no blue balls if you die from just starving. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, this is just living survival, innit? Like, you know, the pum pum is second.
So
Food first. Like, obviously, no, before food it's normally oxygen. You need that. Then you got your food. Then you're prepared for the pum pum. But
I mean, I hear that.
If you can't skip. You can't just be like, oh yeah, let me just. The most important thing is pum pum, then air, then food. No, it's not gonna.
What you do?
I mean, you'll die in a nice way, but
based off my situation, it has to be food, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It has to be food. I need to keep these muscles.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
But John,
I need to get the nutritions in the system. You know what I mean?
John different. You on that rock star shit. Ever been on that rock star shit?
I feel like
you know that die-lit type of attitude.
All access, bro. All access.
Oh my days.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Hey, jump in.
Man,
What's going on?
Let's jump in.
Where the headset at, man?
Yeah, put on the headset. This is like, what's it, freestyle today?
This is a freestyle today.
We're getting rid of all the
Freestyling.
professional. The headphones over there. We're getting rid of all that professional.
Pass me one of the headphones, man.
We're freestyling today. Yo, be careful.
Hold on.
Man.
You gonna do it?
Oh my god, damn. It's like
Freestylers ain't got no stylist. You know what I'm
all
saying?
going left.
Oh, God.
We're freestyling. There's no stylist in here.
Freestyling today, guys.
Damn.
We've got 4 guys.
No, keep going while I set up.
Okay,
All right. So the question was,
go ahead.
asking the question.
Oh, would you rather?
Yeah.
Oh, so obviously, I want to hear what you're gonna say, Greg.
Would I pick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, man. Being... No, I don't want to say this because my wife will hear it.
Oh, get out of
That's
carrot.
what I'm saying.
So
No
you
windows to jump out.
I don't know, man. It's just like...
She a good cook.
You've been with one woman for so long, you know what I mean? I guess you...
He's giving up sex.
He's playing the slave.
I'm hungry all the time, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not always horny all the time, you know? I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm going to
actually
say...
people out there who are on that just horny, crazy all the time. So
Yep.
if your girlfriend or your woman can't give you that, it has to be I would say difficult to live with then, because like if you can't get at home, you have to find out in the streets.
And the streets ain't safe.
That's just my saying. That's just.
Well, I don't know. You don't. If you try and find it on the streets, you might have some brand new problems. Have some brand new problems.
Oh God.
You know,
problems.
like certain things look nice, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna pass MOT.
That's true. That is
It's true though.
Oh, that is true.
You know what I'm saying? You might end up, one happy moment. Now you got crabs. Now you got more issues than you ever had before.
So what are you elaborating it? What are you elaborating it to? So
I'm just saying, it's just like people are like, oh yeah, if you can't get it at home, you gotta find it on the street.
Yeah,
like, oh okay.
Then you roof yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden you got some real issues.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't even worried about food or pum pum.
But that's just. I mean, I say that because there's obviously the high extreme people.
Yeah.
That take sex way too serious. Like, it's like, you know, certain people are like, yo, if I don't have sex, we can't get along.
Yeah,
It's like, you know, we can't, this relationship can't work. So yeah, that obviously makes, you know, a lot more sense to them or their lifestyle, I would say. You know what I mean? But question of, you know, you want to say something?
It's just, it's 50-50, you know what I mean, on that one, because like sex is very important. You have to keep it, especially if you're going to be with someone for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? You have to understand that like it's not always going to be as good as the first time, which goes for many things, but especially with sex. And it's like over the years, it just, you know, it's not that it gets worse, but it gets stale. So you have to really have this like sexual passion for each other, or it just won't last. You know what I mean? But I will also say that if your relationship is only about sex, your relationship won't last at all. Exactly. There has to be something way more than just sex bringing you guys together. You know what I mean? Like, because it does eventually, not that it's bad, you know what I mean? Not going to say that like I don't enjoy having sex with my wife, but it's just a matter of like, you know, we've been together for 6 years, you know what I mean? Eventually, sometimes we don't do it as much as we used to do anymore. We still enjoy it, but it's just, you know what I mean? It just gets a little bit boring, you know what I mean? So sometimes we have to like, but the thing is, the most important thing that's bringing us together is not sex. You know what I mean?
What is it then?
It's like
activities or
no, it's just like she's always on top of me. Like she's always making sure that I'm doing something to better myself. Like she cares about my future. She cares about my health.
Yeah.
She wants me to succeed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's not just here to like, oh, can you pay my bills? Can you do this? Can you do that? You know what I mean? She's like,
I love that.
A real like sidekick to keep you going.
Yeah. In fact, that's important though. Like to have a partner who's just, I want to see you be great.
Yeah, that sounds like a soulmate. That's a bit different.
It's imperative,
it's like
guys.
a soulmate thing, where you know, it's beyond. It's like the bond is quite significant in many ways that you might not even be able to explain, kind of thing. You know, but I get it. But at the same time, if you're gonna have a long-term relationship, you know, well, as a male figure, you have to lead. You know, so if you think things are boring, you know, you have to teach.
That's true.
New things.
But is she willing to learn?
Man, depends how good your hustle is, baby. Depends how good your game needs to be slick. You know what I mean?
I mean, we kind of dived into the, you know, the whole question I was about to ask is obviously sex is important in a relationship. So
if you don't have it, it's not really a relationship. It's a friendship, then, isn't it? It's different.
Oh, that's a nice one.
It's different, then, isn't it?
That's a nice one.
You can have a lot of friends, but you know, relationships is very different.
I saw this meme and I keep thinking about it now. It was on TikTok, ironically, but it was like this guy was like, went up to this woman. It's like, if sex is all you have to offer, then sex is all I want from you.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean?
Shit.
That sounds like a player.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that's the thing. Like,
that's a whole change.
Like men,
mind kind of.
I feel like men just like if a man finds a woman and sex is all she offers, that's all he's ever gonna want from her. You know what I mean? If she's not gonna like offer anything else, like mental stability, financial stability, you know what I mean? Like that's it. That's all he's gonna go to that man for, and he's never gonna be like, oh yeah, this woman will be my wife someday.
Yeah.
It's like no, I want to get some quick ass. You know what I mean? Like like that's it. That's all it is.
From a guy's perspective. Let's be honest, but from a guy's perspective as well, when you first meet a female, that's the first thing you imagine, like what it's gonna be like. Obviously, when you know taking out maybe 3 times, 2 times, you know, I don't want. You know, some guys will be like, oh no, I just want to be with her for the sake of being with her. I'm like, bro, come on. You know, there's more to it. You know, obviously that's the first thing that's gonna play in your mind as well. Like, oh, I want to have this intimacy with her, see if the chemistry clicks, and from there you're like, okay, cool, I want to explore other things about her. Like, is she good at cooking? Can she be a good wife for me, for my kids, and stuff like that? So as a guy's perspective, is that kind of like your initial thoughts, or do you guys be like, can she be a good wife for me, like first thing?
Yeah, you just gotta see about that. Me personally, I see about the actions. Like,
so what do you mean by like actions?
Like, I can't just, like, say for example, like go out and whatever. I see a girl, she might look physically attractive and whatever, but just because I want to have sex with you, don't mean that I can see a future with you.
Right.
I need to see like You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you as a person, like with your friends or around me or around in public or whatever?
Yeah,
Because then, remember, the moment you have sex is like a connection, like you said.
exactly.
I don't know what type of energy I'm attracting myself onto. So it's like, I got to see how you are before I do any of that. Because if not, it ain't happening.
That's why intelligent women don't sleep with their man on the first date.
Mm-hmm.
Some do.
Because
though.
you're giving. I mean, like sometimes you just give it up, but I mean, like if you know, like it's like it goes back to what I said. Like if you're giving off the vibe that all you have to offer is sex, you know what I mean? It's just gonna be. It's the first impressions are everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's like if you give in that quickly, it just gives off a vibe of like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a very sexual relationship.
Yeah, but sometimes
Okay.
there's hustles out there, though. Sometimes we always skip this part. Sometimes there could be like some guys that get caught up in scenarios where they meet a girl, they don't know that she's a village bicycle. They don't know.
Oh,
They don't know.
That's good.
on you know what I mean? Everyone's had a go. It's like one of them Uber e-bikes. Every man's rode it. You know what I mean? And then they act like there's something more.
Yeah.
And then they go on 3 dates or 4 dates or something like that.
but whole time.
And then one day they walk with the girl, hold the hand, and they go somewhere, and then the girl looks a bit scared because she's just discovered there's ops in the room. And people are like, oh yeah, I know that thing. And, you know what I mean? And they be like, oh, you with blah 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 blah. Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't know that she, you know. Some people get caught up. So this
Village
whole
bicycle.
waiting before getting it thing can get all twisted as well. You know, there's a lot more to it. You have to really know the case of the person that you're with, because if you don't, you could just be, you think that you're heading somewhere, but actually you could be, you know.
Yeah.
You need to know the history. So what, like John was saying, like you actually really need to know the history.
But this is the first time you're meeting someone. Like you've got the whole sex part out of the way,
Yeah.
and then you're like, to know the person, you need to be, you know, experiencing things, as in like going out with them, traveling, holidays, and all that shebang. So
Now holidays, if they
make or
pass
break.
MOT, then you can get to the holiday stage.
So what's your MOT then?
MOT, first thing is first is each sentence doesn't have anything retarded in it. That's the most first thing. Any sentence that comes out the mouth hasn't got any form of retardedness in it. Do you know what I mean? So at least you know the head is 100%. Like it's just all there. You know what I mean? Second of all, as well, obviously, if they have their own aspirations, whatever it is, it could be, you know, they want to achieve something, but then at the same time they meet you, they want to achieve something with you or without you, whatever. It's like they really like what Greg was saying. He's got like a cheerleader in his life. He just knows he can get up, he could be fine, whatever, happy, sad, whatever, lost the arm or some shit. He's got his cheerleader there to make it forward. Now, it's very hard to find that. That's the bit that men don't quite understand. It's actually hard to find that. Do you know what I mean? Because there's lots of women out there that might not have that old school traditional viewpoint of how they see their guy. They might see like you could get married and they can still treat it like a boyfriend girlfriend thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the option of divorce is just clearly there. Whilst maybe many generations before we were born, that wasn't an option. So if you got married, you really need to think about what you're doing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you think the date? Sorry to disturb you. Do you think the dating app plays a part with that? Then
dating app is
because it's like now
to
there's
be
a
honest,
whole lot of fishes now or options now.
The dating app just uses like it's so hard to find the one, if you want to call it that, on a dating app, because like again you're putting your it's literally about sex first. That's what it is. That's what it is when I see it. You know what I mean? It's just like, let's put the sexiest photos I have of me, so this woman can imagine me naked. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because that's literally the game, right? I mean, like, what do we do when we see a woman that we like? You know what I mean? Like,
talk that
when
shit,
you see,
Greg. Talk that shit.
am I saying too much? You know what I mean? Like fucking. God, I don't know.
Literally. No, go on.
I don't know. Fantasizing is real, and when all you have is pictures of what are you gonna do, man? Like
that is true.
You know, it's just.
It's true. There's different purposes though. There are some people out there that might actually just genuinely want a decent relationship, but then you might notice that their pictures might be different. You know, they might have much more conservative type of photos where you can actually see them, but you don't really know what they're working with, kind of thing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then you've got the ratchet ones. You know what time it is with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can have a good ride, you know, but ain't going past the MOT. It is what it is, you know.
When I was single, I stood very clear of the ratchet ones. Oof.
Yeah, they're easy to spot.
Yeah.
I'm a mile away.
Please
I'm a mile
stay away.